guys. Welcome to another round of Ocalian Knights.
We're bringing it back. You like double.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you double.
There's no way it was for as long of an awkward amount of time as the last time. If you guys have not seen it, go back to.
I can't express how much
was that my first one shot?
Like, oh, he's ripping
Was
off
that?
Sully.
Yes, that was during
Yeah,
the one shot.
yeah.
So that was during the Greg shot.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell Sully to point her mic at herself because it was pointing towards the ceiling.
But absolutely go watch that.
Sky.
Sully von Hogenstein did some hilarious stuff.
I just got more German.
Yeah, without a doubt, I tried. So welcome, guys. It is great to be back in the studio with our party members. We are missing a Darian who is doing some awesome stuff in the work-related fields, and we are missing her a bunch, but we can't wait to see her back. And I'm sure Greg is
Las
missing her
Vegas.
more than all of us.
You can see her
Well,
this Saturday.
I'm a close second.
Aw. You can see her this Saturday at Pablo Picasso, the dog painting event.
That's right.
Which is going to be held at the
Pablo.
Tuscaloosa Art Park. We are still up in the air as whether it's going to be in the art park or we're trying to find an indoor thing because the weather might be schmutzy. There is an event on the Facebook. We will share it on the Ocalian Knights Patreon. Bring your dog and come get some art. And with Art Army Ocala and K9 Fit Club. And
yeah.
Darian E. herself will be running the whole event. It's going to be
Oh,
awesome.
I
Heck yeah.
love it. How did First Friday Art Walk go?
First Friday artwork was awesome. I got it swapped on me. I'm wearing a Thaliandor shirt, which was brought to me rather than us giving it away. Thank you, Squid.
Yeah, Squid's so cool, man.
Oh
Good
man,
guy,
such a good
guy,
kid, dude.
absolutely.
Such a good kid. But no, it went really good. It was packed. It was a beautiful night out. Lots of people around. It was a really, really good time.
Squid, you're not fighting with a red weapon this week either.
He was fighting with a red?
He keeps trying to fight, and every time he gets hit, he goes... Because he's still bruised from when he got pushed down the stairs.
Oh,
I'm
God.
sorry.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I feel bad for laughing now the way that I did.
Yeah, wow,
Um,
what a move.
Yeah, but I've told many, many people before, when you're injured, rest. Take a break. Show up still, show the support, but rest. Your body needs time to rest.
I told him to just play Major Archer. Don't get hit.
I guess. Any other announcements? It feels like we're doing announcements, which is fantastic.
Hey guys, tomorrow, first night of Ocalian Souls, my new game with Travis, Nico, Chris, and newcomer Reggie. It's gonna be a lot more hardcore in terms of combat and role-playing. Hopefully, don't get attached to them, though. They definitely got it anymore.
We're gonna test their acting skills as they're gonna have to portray many different characters throughout this adventure.
They'll
Have
have
a
to
yin and
portray
yang of
disease,
campaigns.
mental disorders, and their own fears of death.
It's going to be a Souls-like event.
Oh, I flippin' love it.
Wednesday the 30th, the Sully shot.
What?
Our
Sully's
own
gonna do an
Sully is
adventure?
going to be DMing a one-shot.
Well, she's certainly gonna try.
She's certainly going to try. I am personally excited for that one. We'll see that cast come together. We could see... Your face says it all.
So I have been working on a character for a while now. I will bring him out for your game if I am invited to play.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Well, then now you are invited.
awesome.
First official cast
Awesome.
member.
I
for-
know exactly who I'm going to play. I'm super excited.
Oh god.
I'm
excited. I haven't DM'd in a very long time. I can't promise to be excellent.
It's like riding a
I
bike.
can't promise to really try.
Yeah, you're gonna crush it. Are
I'm
you
very
gonna do
excited.
something out of the box, or are you gonna do something homebrew?
You know, since we just decided like 20 minutes ago, I usually do something homebrew. I really like to build puzzle dungeons. So I can anticipate it will probably be a puzzle dungeon of sorts.
Nice.
I will not be playing with you.
You don't like puzzles?
Hate puzzles.
Oh,
I
go
freaking
watch
love
the
puzzles.
watch the Pathfinder the one shot that we did with the Squiddish channel, and you will find Ryan's hate for puzzles almost immediately.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
that's good.
puzzles so much. So much.
I've never had a player give up on a game before. Ryan was like, I'm just like, my character's sitting down and not participating anymore.
Oh my
God
god.
damn.
Is that the one that fireballed
You
yourself
hate
into
my
glass cage?
dungeon.
Didn't you end up winning?
He
Yeah, I
did.
did.
He absolutely
You would
did.
hate my
Sometimes the
dungeon.
best way to win is to just not play the game.
I like it.
Oh my
I cast
God.
magic missile in one.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you go watch the episode. Give us your take on how he won the game. But I think there were things that could have happened to prevent it, but those things didn't happen, so it's
Yeah.
not my fault.
Considering
Yeah.
I fireballed myself twice at level 3.
Oh my
Should have
god.
died. You got really lucky on the damage of
That's
the second
funny.
fireball. Like
No, I got
really
lucky. Chat gave me a reroll because I was dead.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I was sure you were dead. You were dead.
Oh, I was. I had
100%.
6 HP.
Yeah. Even if they were all ones, you're still dead.
Yeah, I was still
That's
dead.
so good.
Yeah. My DM style is very puzzle heavy, so.
Yeah, so if you're a
'Cause that's how I like to
puzzler, you tune into the Sully Shot for a different perspective on the dungeons, the DM side of the screen, and another level of the kind of talent that we have here at the Ocalian Knights, forever trying to evolve and create a better product for you guys, which is kind of why we are going to be announcing some of the new activities that the Ocalian Knights are going to be participating in. We plan on bringing you guys a lot more content going into 2022. That's going to look like multiple DMs, DMing different games with different core players, as well as game night, where we all come together and play famous board games, maybe what's hot at the moment or things that are cool. So be on the lookout for the board game Ocalian Knights days, where we're going to show up as ourselves and
Game
just
nights.
play board games together, like we did with the Munchkins a couple weeks ago. So if
More
you guys...
sad David face.
I don't like losing. I really don't.
We're just gonna try. I am going to make it my personal mission just to try and make sure that David doesn't win.
That's just how
Like,
I play.
I mean, if I'm losing already, it doesn't really matter. I just don't want you to win. No, I'm
That's
kidding.
super not fair.
I've done that before.
And
But
I'm
I won't actually.
I'm
do it.
100% on board for it.
I've done that
because,
once in my life
like-
because I freaking hate Ticket to Ride.
Yes,
I was having
yes,
such
yes,
a rotten
yes.
time that I just picked somebody. I was like, "You're coming down with me.
You're never gonna win.
You're not." The only thing
Never.
I'm building is to block you. Doesn't matter what's in my hand at this point. Like,
I like it. You guys can try your best to defeat me, but it will not happen because, like Vegeta once said, you're either perfect or you're not me.
that sounds a lot like
a
something
good
you
thing we
said
didn't
before
really
me and
try
David
last
beat
time
you
either.
twice. But like, go off.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, feel free to pop off after losing twice to everybody.
I couldn't do anything. They teamed up on me, baby.
Yeah, eat that level 1, bitch.
I absolutely did do that.
Patrons.
Patrons.
We have a Patreon.
Woo!
Yay! It is patreon.com/Ocalian Knights. If you like the stream, if you'd like to support the stream, go ahead and give us a like. We'll give you a shout out. A couple of our patrons have become parts of it. Zixie, our original patron, is of course our godlike creature in this. So go ahead and give us a
Wow.
shout on the Patreon, and we'll
Zixie's
see.
become so ingrained into the game. I truly forgot that
was a
Zixie was
patron.
originally
Zixie was
our
the
patron.
original patron. Yes.
So cool. So cool. But yeah, so if you guys want to support us, help us out in any way, a nominal donation each month can be sent to Patreon, and it gets you access to additional things like a Discord, some early release on videos, extra content that we will be producing at some point, and you guys will have the ability to access that information first and foremost. So we really appreciate all of our Patreons.
Inside scoop.
There was something I was going to say, but it has lost me. Anyone else have anything additional?
Nope.
No, sir.
I think we're ready to rock.
Hell yeah. David, let's run our intro.
This is the theme song.
And welcome back.
Yay!
Yeah. As we get the proper energy for today's game, our adventurers, who you guys see in front of you, Sir Sal, Bin Bauer, Cricket Whittler, although Darian is not here, he is with them as they walk through this putrid forest, led by Krista of the forest. as she brings you guys deeper and deeper into the woods of Silver Springs. You notice that your elevation starts to decrease as you guys are now heading downhill a little bit.
Ooh, can we go through I took notes.
Yeah.
Did you like the Cliff Notes version of what happened last week?
Sure. Let's do a recap. I like it.
Yes.
E's back. Sally meets her. Ben got a super cool shield.
Dope
Yes.
shield.
We have to find the shore helmet of Zixi.
Yes, we do.
Braylon and the pit have portals.
They do.
A little Sully backstory on the way there. There is a misty fog around the shores and black arcane fluid. Flotsam and Jetsam were my squids!
The squid people.
We had a squid, we had a fight, and I got to summon 2 giant squids, and it was awesome, and they were named Flotsam and Jetsam. And we, killed, some, leaf people.
Yeah, absolutely. A little tribe of individuals.
Yep, and then, some owl bears, tore them up, and then we met Krista of the Forest.
Hell yeah, man.
And then she is leading us on the way.
She is indeed. Absolutely. Look at the recap. I
Look
love
at the
it.
recap.
As you guys
How inspirational, huh?
you heard that, chat.
I was so inspired.
I
In fact,
love it.
I might cry.
Let's save the crying for just a little while.
Why? No.
As Krista leads you guys further into the shores, you notice the downward elevation, and everywhere around you is a canopy of greenery. Where the moon or sun would shine through the leaves, in this part of the shores, it is so thick with brush that there is no light that penetrates, not from the east or west or from the north. You guys start to see in front of you this small town that's kind of buried in the depths of the shore's forest. You see a couple lanterns start to flick on as you guys approach, and Krista turns and says, "We have arrived. This village is filled with gnomes, and they don't seek the outside world and have not visited the outside world in I think, generations. They produce this mushroom, and they sell it to all the individuals throughout Ocalia. The Ganoderma mushroom is part of their lives. Ever since this plague that has affected our forest, the mushrooms have gone. And this is where we think you guys can help us the most. If you guys would like to sleep the night here, I can bring you to the local church. And that way you guys can get a good rest. Are you up for the challenge of helping us?
Ben?
Oh, am I up for it?
Well,
I'm up.
What do we know about gnomes around these parts?
Do we?
Do we trust these? Sally, do we trust these people?
Gnomes?
Gnomes? I mean, gnomes where I come from are kind of, fun, and they wear little hats.
Red ones?
I don't.
They have lots of colors, but they
Do these gnomes have red caps?
Some of them
They all
do.
wear red hats.
Some of them do, not all of them.
where I come from.
They all wear red hats.
Where I come from, the gnomes are what you would call undergarment merchants.
What?
They sell underwear.
Well, they
Like
acquire.
universally all.
They acquire undergarments. We know that much, and then apparently they profit,
At least socks.
and that's all we know. So they do this with
okay.
mushrooms around.
I don't really know a lot about gnomes, but I mean, honestly, I don't know how much it really matters. If they need help, then I'm down to help.
I mean, I'm assuming this will get us closer to the helm thing.
I think.
I mean, sort of, but isn't it kind of a pit stop?
What helm do you speak of?
The helm of Zixi. You've heard of it?
That is an incredibly powerful artifact. What are your plans?
We plan to save Ocalia. from the scourge that plagues this land. And Sally here and I we're followers of Zixie. You know, she's pretty much led us this way here.
I'm like adjacent to.
Well, we think
I don't have a
the
great
greater
relationship
scheme of
with religion at the
things,
moment.
Ben has a lot going on as well. So, you know, we believe we have parallel destinies, as they say.
Yeah.
So
Well, I believe assisting the Shores and their issue is probably online with solving whatever problem you have with that abomination of a portal.
Well, and that's all we really need to hear.
Yeah, fear not. After we rest for the night, we'll head there in the morning
man.
and take care of the corruption.
Sally knows what's up. I could do me a little snoozle here.
We're here to help the toads. I mean gnomes.
Awesome. As she leads you guys further into the city, you see lanterns kind of lit up across the bottom. You see that this gnome village is deep set into the soil and the earth of this area. There's a gigantic tree that's been hollowed out, and you can see a priestess of sorts kind of out front, waiting for Krista, as she waves.
Is there any sign of that corruption we saw?
On their trees, there are the corruption has not made its way into this town, and Krista has explained on the way there that her presence here is a lot of why she's been able to hold it back from affecting the town. But the town is starving. Without having that mushroom to sell is their only way of interacting with the outside world. And it was a major food that they ate amongst themselves. So they have not eaten in weeks for some of them a little bit longer. And the woman you see at the front, very small gnome with bright red curly hair. She looks frail, sunken in cheeks, walks with a cane, although she can't be older than 20.
I would like to use all of 4 of my first level spell shots and start conjuring good berries.
Nice.
Heck yeah. I was going to ask if anybody had good berry.
Yep. So I will produce 4 first level spell slots worth of good berries and just be like handing them out.
Oh, I love
Or
that.
should I, or like probably just be like, you know, giving them to the priest
Sure.
and like disperse
dole out.
these among your people. It is a gift from Zixie.
Yeah, they only need 1 to be satiated.
There you go.
That's sick.
So yes, and I believe I get a lot with that.
40 total.
Yeah, so 40.
Whew,
40
baby.
berries.
This kindness is unexpected and incredibly appreciated. Thank you. If you guys can figure out what's going on, I will owe you. I will owe you so much.
We will do our best, ma'am.
You don't owe us anything. It's just the right thing to do.
We're also going to need, like, you know, maybe there's like artifact we could run into in the future, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
I think a bed is all we need for the night.
Yeah,
Just
no,
keep
that'd
an
be
eye on us while we do a little snoozle here. right?
Awesome. Talk to me about how you guys are pulling security. If you guys are you going to let the village itself pull security for you? What's that thought process?
I'm casting
take-
alarm.
I'll take the last watch.
So you guys going to do a watch of sorts?
Yeah, we should do
I can
triple
take the
watches.
first one, and then I can cast alarm.
Cool. So first watch, second watch, third watch, or
yeah,
you're gonna
and
leave some of that up?
speaking for E
You
as
could
a
just
bard,
make E do the whole watch.
E will do the whole watch.
Got it.
E's got this. Actually, technically, E does have this, as she has the.
Cylinder Crest.
Nope, she has Leoman's Tiny Hut.
Nice.
A 10-foot radius immobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration.
Ooh.
She's got a pop-up tent.
She's got a really nice, big, cool
Super nice
pop-up
tent.
tent.
I
these
like
days.
it.
She calls it Mary Poppins. which is actually what we call our pop-up
She
camp.
would.
It's what we call our pop-up camp.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
deep.
Awesome. You guys, you know, the village itself is dark. It is late at night. You don't see many people walking up and down the street. There are several beds inside of the church. The pop-up tent is absolutely okay to pop up here in the town as well. But you guys are now safe in the cathedral of this gnomish town.
What is their god?
Their god is the earth.
It's
is
Nintendo.
nature. Is nature itself. As they've lost any terms of gods and kings a long time ago.
But they call it Nintendo.
So you guys bed down for the evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Roll me Sully or Bin for the first hour. Roll me
who would you like
or
to
a
roll
couple
it?
hours. Bin,
Okay.
please. A survival check, please.
Okay. It's a 16.
16, fantastic. Your watch goes with no issues whatsoever. You patrol the outside. During your patrol, you see on the outside of this kind of you may be able to call it a walled city, but it's really just greenery that's in the way. But out front is like what looks like a lot of plants were there, but you find the same missing divot as you did in the tree. Where there is no roots. It looks like whatever was there was completely
Hollowed
all the way out. Absolutely.
Okay.
And you can tell that there were tons of these plants or mushrooms planted on the outside of the city. All of them gone. You find your way back to the church area, and you wake up the next individual. Is that you, Cricket?
That is cricket.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I cast alarm.
Awesome. Alarms cast.
Survival check, or am I just kind of
Survival check, please, and thank you.
Natural 20.
Woo-hoo-hoo. And again, your watch goes with no issues whatsoever. Ben shares some information with you about the plans for you to look into a little bit more, being a druid. And with your knowledge, you can tell just by feeling the surface that the roots themselves, it's not like it was just plucked out of nowhere. The roots are missing. It's every piece of these plants are absolutely gone from the earth.
So does it look like they were forcibly removed or just gone?
With that natural 20, man, I'm gonna give you you almost notice, and in one of the fatter areas of like one of the more heavy plants that you could have looked for, you can see two petal prints in the ground that dig a little bit in, which presents whatever picture you want that to present.
Petal.
Like two petal prints.
P-E-D-A-L or P-E-T-A-L?
T-A-L. Like or petal with it, like a flower petal.
Like plant people.
Yes, like plant people.
Got it.
Potentially. And your watch goes without any issues. You head back to the church and you wake up Sir Sal.
As I wake up, I head out into town and I start patrolling around the outer walls till I come to the front road that kind of looks out north of town. And you want to survive?
Yeah, I do indeed.
Okay. I got a 13.
You hear crunching off in the distance.
Okay.
Someone's walking towards this town.
Okay. I look out towards them.
Do you have dark vision?
I do.
You see a dark, shadowy figure about 70 feet out, kind of jumping from tree to tree. You see them kind of looking down at the earth for a little while, and then they begin to head directly towards the entrance of the city.
I make my way closer to them, making sure to stand in front of the road so that they can't pass without interacting with me.
David, could you come in here? As the visage in front of you starts to become clear, you see the armor, you see the face, you see the haircut, as Connor breaks his way towards the village. Connor, as you...
Yes!
As you approach the village, you've been following footprints, you've been following scents, you've been following whatever your training has allowed you to utilize, and you have come to a specific path that you can tell that Ben Bauer has been down, and up at the front, do you have dark vision?
He does.
Excellent. Up at the front, maybe like 30, 40 meters from the village, you see Sir Salazar.
I charge him.
Roll initiative?
9.
What did you do?
Good question. As he's charging, I yell towards him, I see you survived our last encounter.
No!
Dun, dun, dun!
Ryan!
You'll pay for what
One
you've done.
character! Can you one character?
What happened during the
Not
one shot?
Connor. I can't. What are you putting me in an awkward position? I was so down for Salazar. What am I supposed to do with that?
Exactly what you think you should.
Feel free.
Oh.
Verbiage is free action. Our first to initiate is Ryan.
Alright. As I draw my sword, as Connor runs towards me like a madman, I channel some of my power and spawn a second version of me right next to me. And then I hold my action waiting for him to get closer. This won't be as easy as last time.
It's easy to say whenever you stab someone in the back.
Ryan. Don't.
Sally!
Oh.
I charge you in the original position that you were in.
Okay.
I don't care with trading words with you at all.
Okay.
I'm quickly closing in on you. I'd like to go for his original position, and I'd like to just strike you with my sword.
Hells yeah, man. Roll an attack for me.
I will also roll an attack.
So that
It's going to be a d20 plus some numbers on your actions page.
Has this set
No,
off
I'm not
anything on
super
the
familiar
alarm?
with-
Yeah, no
with
worries.
the original.
Yep. You're going to scroll.
David.
More pages.
I would think like the first blade
Yeah.
clash, maybe?
Might.
David.
Right there. Plus whatever that number is there in the middle. Yes.
Has this set off anything on the alarm?
Not yet, as the alarm is something that's specific to the area that you set it. So inside the town, in the church.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
If this gets any louder, we will have you guys roll to see if you wake up.
Roll the 17.
Doesn't hit me as our blades clash, because I definitely miss you too.
Oh yeah, he still has the necklace. I'm taking that back. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, he's got the necklace.
I'm so.
He does have the necklace.
Yeah, that puts
He has
his
the
AC
amulet?
He
because
just
we were
looks
gonna.
so wonderfully
Son of a
tanky.
Well, because we were gonna swap it with somebody else because that puts him at like 24. Like he super doesn't.
So
need
that
it.
means you're with Ben.
I am.
I run
found
towards
her.
the town.
Oh, shit.
Do you have that much movement left?
So
Come find me.
in his first action, he does not.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to you is his turn.
Yep.
That attack rolls your turn. You have a bonus action if you'd like.
Can I bonus action? I don't have enough movement to do bonus action movement.
You do not.
I'll swing again.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
16. Doesn't.
Can I buy audience
Remember your
inspiration?
No, I cannot.
Remember your
But it's
plus
not for
to
me.
hit
It's not for me. It's
on
for
your-
him.
That's with my
Oh,
plus.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. I kind of glare evilly at him. I was like, "You're not gonna get a chance to see her." And I swing.
This man, snake person.
Dirty 20.
Man, snake person.
That's gonna hit.
I am
No.
going to smite at second level.
No!
on him.
Do it.
Stop it!
Boom.
As the smite is called, once this attack happens, we'll have you guys roll to see if you wake up.
Okay. Okay.
I'm doing a little.
Does smite have any
Absolutely.
flair to it?
I feel like
Oh, it's a sickly
I feel like that
green.
girl at a high
It's
school
a
when
sickly-
you guys
sickly
break out
green.
into fight.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
like
sickly
this
green.
isn't you. This
and
isn't
then-
you.
So with a
Oh,
stern face, I
fuck.
brace
Stop.
myself for
Look
any
at
strike.
me. Look at me.
I need another D8. Yeah, that's it.
I'm not giving you
That looks like a
one.
lot of dice.
It does look like a lot of dice.
Absolutely not. No.
I can re-roll that one. A little bit better. 6, 10, 12, 15. Hold up. Okay, I know you resist radiant damage. So, 11 points of radiance, which is only 5 on you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And is this what type of damage is this? Slashing, piercing?
My regular one
Radiant.
is slashing,
Radiant.
so instead of 24,
Let's say I have
you-
-3 to that.
yeah, you'll take 21,
Gotcha.
and then another 4 poison.
As you slice me, I just stand there and take it
Okay.
like a badass.
And then I'm gonna roll my second attack.
Let
You
me
said-
get
you
these
said-
guys to roll
Yo.
d20s in between your attacks.
So that was a 20.
21 slashing,
Grab
4
another...
poison,
Oh, grab
And
another one of
then-
these.
I could try to roll
then a
it into
total of
that.
5 radiant for
I
you.
don't have another one.
Oh, that's okay.
What am I?
Right,
Just a
I'm gonna roll
D20
it.
Yeah, go
or
ahead.
perception?
A d20
Ah,
perception, yeah. A
pity's
d20
sake,
perception.
It's a nat 1.
Nice. You
No.
knocked out, girl.
I am
You
snoozing.
tired.
She
13.
is. She had a big day.
13. Roll me one for E, just in case.
Come on.
D's a 6 or E's a 16 plus numbers.
Yeah, you guys wake up.
I'm obviously in squirrel form.
But you don't
Like-
know exactly what you're hearing yet. Let me know what this looks like at the end of his turn. So
And then I swing
Are
Were y'all cuddling in squirrel form?
Ooh, that's
Obviously.
a definite miss.
every night.
Nice. Let's say the
I don't really know how to
as
feel
you
about it.
wake up, I'd like to think that you see. I don't know if there's windows where they're at.
No windows.
No
where they're
windows.
at.
Okay.
Sorry,
never mind.
buddy.
Don't see anything.
Well, he doesn't even know what you look like. He's not gonna know that you're.
No, I was just thinking because he said he had a green aura around his blade, so I was thinking like maybe you'd see it from,
Oh.
from the window.
But
Can he
they
hear?
do not.
So maybe just like
You see a giant flash of light.
like so
coming
they're
from
on the outside.
Correct.
Okay. I
Because
mean,
he approached me away from the city.
gotcha.
Let me get your action, and then we'll have you right in the back of their initiative before Ryan starts again.
Should've
So
stayed
Before
in that
Ryan
cave.
starts again.
You should have stayed in the ground.
You know, your shield was a really good token to get in.
Oh, you son of a.
It's a good thing I grabbed that before I left you there.
You should have finished the job.
Stop it.
To be fair, you're a little more resilient than I gave you credit for.
You're damn right.
I imagine we're saying this as we're just
I'm having like
Yeah.
real emotions.
Are
Like
you
Sully
doing a
as a
thing over
person
there?
is having
Laughing
feelings.
pulled something in my neck.
That's a good laugh. Actions.
when you know you needed it.
Attack. What are you doing for your actions? Your official turn.
I'll take an attack of opportunity to run to the city. At this point, I would be like, so
Oh,
so
hell
you have
yeah.
I noticed the amulet.
Sure.
I'm like, so you're with Ben, and like I put it together that he's doing a patrol, and then dash towards the city.
Hell yeah.
I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Ryan, attack of opportunity.
Of course.
Knowing that Ben would have something laid out for her patrol.
You will 100% get inside the town.
That's a 24 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
hit.
Roll some damage.
No, it's not. I lied.
We need the camera.
I need you to make a con save for me real quick.
Con save D20.
Yep.
Yeah. You just got to beat a 14, which you can probably do.
Constitution is
Saving
eight.
throw.
Constitution saving throw. What is that? Right
In
here?
that box. Yep.
Right there. I got you. So it says 8 next to it. That means it's whatever.
You're gonna
whatever
add
plus
8. Correct.
Oh god damn. 12.
Okay.
Ooh, jail.
And you're
I
gonna
can
eat
buy
this poison
4
damage.
audience inspiration.
Do not.
You
There's
could
gotta
buy.
be so. I could. I have so many
Let me
points. There has to be
roll.
something for me to do with this.
All right, you're gonna take
I have so
17
much money
points
to
of
spend.
poison damage.
Oof.
That's
No.
60 even.
Then I'm gonna first level smite this time.
Stop. I'm gonna actually cry if you kill him. Promise.
You're gonna take. You take half of this, so 13. You take 6 points of radiant.
So that's 3. Or
No,
did you already
I
cut
already
it?
halved it.
Okay.
And then you're gonna take 19 minus 3, so 16 points of slashing as I cut down on you.
As you, Cricket, open up the tent,
Mm-hmm.
you look out at Mary Poppins.
First thing first, did I get a long rest?
You did not.
Son of a bitch.
You did not. You can ignore this and go back to sleep.
I mean, obviously, I'm not going to ignore this.
Understood.
Okay.
But you could if you wanted to.
So what am I seeing?
You see, as soon as you open the curtain, you see a gigantic flash of light.
Uh-huh.
And then that is accompanied by the clanging of sword to armor.
Uh-huh.
You hear a human voice call out in pain, as you hear muddled argument that is unintelligible from the distance that you are, but you can tell there are people arguing outside. If I can have some liberties here, as you you get yourself together, maybe transition out of animal form or stay in animal form, it's your choice.
No, I will.
You see someone's beginning to run in, and you see Sir Sal take a sword and attack the back of this individual.
You gotta play it how you'd play it. I know. That's what sucks.
Oh.
Ryan, every time that I become emotionally attached or develop a close relationship with a new guest PC, you try to kill them.
Weird.
Because Edrol is gone, and now I have Connor.
Would you like to come to one of my therapy sessions?
What are you doing?
You
Why
can find
is
that
it
on
me?
Wednesday.
We can go over how you're
Abusive
feeling right
therapy.
now.
Oh gosh.
I will summon a beast.
Hells yeah, man.
My therapist will
You
know
tell
your
me what you
name,
want to summon, I'll
Ryan.
give you the stats.
Mm,
I think there's a bunch of them that know my name.
Somebody in the chat, Twolf, says Lugo's mic is having some issues.
Oh,
is
thank
it?
you so much.
Wanna mess with
We'll
Thank you,
we'll figure
Twolf.
that out here in a minute.
Twolf 121212.
Thank you, buddy.
It is going to be. This is not the summon animals. This is just a summon beast.
Sure.
It will be a land beast.
Cool.
The creature resembles an animal of my choice, so it will be a.
Owlbear. No.
So,
Yeah, man, absolutely. What do you need me to say? How does that sound for you? Sorry, guys, just getting a quick mic.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be something like big and menacing, so like a bear
Sure.
with a squirrel tail.
I like it.
The name tag that says
Call those
Loper.
a pay bear.
Yeah, so it will be a large bear, which will manifest directly as you're coming running towards us.
I gotcha. In my path?
In your path.
Gotcha.
As directly in front of you, you see a large black bear.
With a squirrel tail.
No less than 8 feet tall.
Gotcha.
With a small, a quite large squirrel tail kind of flopping at the back.
Gotcha. So I diverge diagonally. Diagonally. I always want to say diagonally.
Diagonally?
Yeah, diagonally.
He magic too, by the way.
Oh, nice. That means he's gonna cast something on me.
No,
I'm gonna diverge right to go through the bushes that surround the town.
Nice. Sure. I'm not gonna quite get into town, but go.
Yeah,
around
go
the sides.
around and then see if I can cut in through, just straight through the bushes.
Sure.
Because
Cool.
I remember it's not a wall. It's just a
Correct.
foliage that's
Roll
protecting.
me a stealth check as you dip into this kind of foliage, and I'm gonna roll a perception check for this bear.
It's not a saving throw. It's just.
A check, yeah. So it'll be one of those skills there. Yep.
Gotcha.
Stealth will be near the bottom.
Why is it like this? It's like overlapping each other. I think it's a 3 though.
Yeah, 3 for sure.
Gotcha. Mic cut out.
Yeah, it's just not making any noise.
Ooh, nat 20.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! The bear rolled at a 3. So they lose you as soon as you hit that foliage.
They lose me as
You
soon
are
as I hit
down
that foliage.
for
I realize you don't have a mic.
Yeah, no worries.
So I disappear into that and then keep going towards the town. I notice it doesn't see where I went.
Boom.
Duck in towards the town.
Understood. You see this guy dip out into the kind of a beeline right, and you lose sight of him.
Ben, get out that pocket watch, because we're back on the clock.
Did I see where he went?
Roll me a perception check. At advantage because you were watching him this entire time.
Alright.
They're both 12s.
It's actually. Is it? No.
That's super
Yeah.
a 12.
It looks cocked from here.
Sure.
That is a total of That's a
Uncanny.
13.
Yeah, he dips out, man. He dips into some foliage, and you lose him entirely.
Am I still asleep?
You alert you. I think if he's calling to you specifically,
wake up?
you woke up. Absolutely.
What do I see?
So you're currently inside of the church.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a walk to get to that front area that's kind of carved out of the front. I'm assuming you do that.
Yeah.
You see
Drowsily,
Cricket.
rubbing eyes,
Yeah.
stretching wings.
You see
Kinda
Cricket.
like, what the heck?
You see Cricket
It's
and
so
E
late.
in this kind of hovering tent above the ground, and you see Cricket kind of pointing out in the front. You see a gigantic bear, and at first you think the bear is attacking, and that's what you see.
Oh, okay. But I feel like as I'm like drowsily coming out into the light, and then when I see the bear and see it charging,
That's our bear.
That's all.
It was in a defensive crouch with a large squirrel tail. Like, I figured you'd understand the squirrel tail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why do we have a defense?
There's a
there?
guy. Sally's after him.
Don't worry.
There's a
everyone.
guy?
I've run him
Draw
off,
my sword.
and I'll take care of him. You also just go back to sleep so you can get fully rested.
You
for the
see and
night.
hear all of this.
Yeah. Understood.
Well, if there's a guy, we can help. I'm trying so hard to.
No,
I'm
you
not.
guys are all tired from
gonna be
yesterday.
a
I got a
subject
full
of-
sleep throughout the night. Let me handle this as your friends.
Well,
Sally, we're a team. Come on, we got this. Look at this. I conjured you a bear,
what guy?
man.
What's going on? Like another one of the plant?
The snake guy?
Like
No.
a
Snake
guy.
person?
A corrupted soul who came out through the portal and had tried to track us down.
You mean?
How do you know it's a
Well,
corrupted
hold
soul?
on. We've never seen it happen to people. You mean
So
a
where are
person?
you guys? Where are you guys talking?
So they
We're
are
out-
kind of right in front of the church,
Gotcha.
which is maybe like a couple 100 feet into town, and they're kind of congregated out. There's a light coming from the church itself that's kind of shining out onto the street where this conversation is taking place.
Gotcha.
Don't worry.
I'm within range to hear them.
In range to see them and hear them. You're honestly that natural 20 dude. You could be behind them.
But I want to try to sneak up on Sal while he's having this conversation.
Sure, done and done.
Oh, did he do a stealth check?
Yeah, he did.
He's in plate armor.
He nat 20'd. Ooh, we're gonna ignore that.
Okay.
We're gonna
Natty.
ignore that
What happens
for
with
the
plate
nat
armor?
20. You
I,
have
I'm,
to, you
guys,
had-
by the way, I'm super
Respect
new
for
to
Natty.
D&D.
you're at disadvantage when
You're
you do
killing it.
stealth rolls.
Gotcha.
That's the overlapping probably is the disadvantage
Truly,
wanting
actually,
to be
you're
written.
killing
Gotcha.
But no worries at all. I think the natural 20 is your first natural 20 on a game televised with us. We're gonna give this to you.
All right, sick. I'm not a thief in Munchkins. Do I have backstab? Can I try to stab him in the back?
Absolutely you can. You are going to get an attack at advantage.
Attack.
Can you
which
tell
is
which
this-
one is
Hold
me?
on, because I have.
I'm assuming you're talking from you at the moment.
I remember your voice because
So-
before I went out, you said some stuff to me.
I need a very careful description of
Yep.
what's happening because I have Sentinel. So I would, if I can't tell that it's him, I'm
Okay,
going to take an opportunity
perfect.
attack.
I will draw it out for you.
Yeah.
So large tree is kind of where we'll call the center of what we're looking at right now. Large tree hollowed out in the center is the church area. There's a bright light that's shining down from the inside, and you guys are kind of here.
Inside of the church?
Not inside the church, just outside the
the
church.
door.
Yeah, the light from the church is what's shining on you guys currently. If we were looking this way, there would be a pathway that leads even further down, and you can see different homes kind of in the trees and things like that. Turning left is going towards the front of town. There are some homes and standalone like shops and things, bars, taverns, magic shops, clothing stores, things like that. So the left side is like the industrial going towards the front of the town, and the right side is going towards the where the residential area of this town. In my mind, We have Cricket Whittler kind of here. We have E still up in the tent. We have Bin Bauer just outside of the church. And we have Sal, who's kind of walked in from the front of town. In my mind, the way I'm seeing this from bird's eye view is you've skirted the outside and have come in next to one of these structures that is some sort of...
I'd like to think that like they're talking in front of it, I'm around.
Absolutely. I see you right there, 100%. And at the moment, with all of you guys talking and looking at each other, you're sneaking along the side, staying in the shadows best you can, and you're like 10 feet away from Sal, which puts you 15 feet away from Bin. When you go into attack, which we've established this is what's happening, you see an armored man in the dark going to attack Sal. 100%.
And I can't identify.
You can roll a perception check at disadvantage, it being night, plus his dope ass stealth check.
Well,
to see if you can
well,
see him.
you know what?
Can I yell General Bauer as I swing?
Fudge, yeah, you
now
can.
Then
do that.
I was gonna say I would. I was gonna say I was
Fudge,
gonna turn
yeah,
down
you
the
can
perception
do
check
that.
just because I wouldn't. I would
Sure.
just like. But now I will.
Yep.
So
Alright.
still at disadvantage.
Roll my attack?
Yes. Not
I don't
at
think-
disadvantage anymore.
I'm about to say I don't
Okay.
get advantage either because I'm yelling now.
Correct. You lost your advantage because you yelled.
Gotcha. And that's my.
So mine's to
life
see
roll.
you. Oh, I should have done it over there. Sorry, that was loud on the mic. It's... Oh, yes, it splits. Well, mine was the perception. I have terrible perception. That's a 13.
I missed.
Such terrible perception.
Me shouting. As I shout, I whiff the shot entirely and then ping hit the side of the church.
Sure.
Do I recognize his voice? Or did
General
that...
Bauer!
100% you
You
do.
will not fool them, you shade.
Connor? What? No. Wait.
This is the shade, the corrupted creature I mentioned.
He's lying.
What do you mean? I draw my sword and I'm gonna stand between
He
them
killed
like stuff.
all of them.
What do you mean?
Why would I have done that?
what do you
helped
mean?
everyone.
You what? What?
He's lying. He
Did
killed
the
everyone
survivor-
from Brayling to Bellevue. Everyone.
What do you mean?
I've
You
done
said that
no
they made
such
it to
thing.
the ship.
Exactly. I helped them and Connor get to the
Liar.
ship. We reached Bellevue together.
You're a liar.
No. You're an evil
You left me
shade.
for dead.
Nonsense.
Pause. As we zoom back to Brayling, in front of the Foot Snatcher, we have Bin's pocket watch begin to glow. She opens it, poof. You two see Bin gone. You guys now have the Foot Snatcher in front of you. The Foot Snatcher begins to approach. She slashes at Sir Sal, opening up a small area of his stomach and then turning all of her efforts towards Connor. Connor and the Foot Snatcher go through an intense battle as we are to believe that Sir Sal is out of commission. When the final blow on the Foot Snatcher is about to take place, Connor standing overhead, blade in the air, Sir Sal stabs Connor in the back. Blade all the way through, green poison dripping to the ground. As he pulls it out and kicks him forward, you see Sir Sal make eye contact with the Foot Snatcher. There's a clutch of people in the forest. Do with them what you must. Allow me to leave. The Foot Snatcher contemplates for a moment, her fingers clanking together. Okay, let's see where this goes. And you see her drag Connor's body into the back room as Sir Sal exits the cave.
Before picking up the shield.
After picking up the shield. We'll travel now through the eyesight of the Foot Snatcher as she darts from the top of the cave down to the floor, jumping from tree to tree, staying in the shadows, slinking down on the floor as she approaches the individuals circled up in the forest's edge. She sees an elderly man with a sword. And she takes him out first, grabbing his legs and scooping him up into a tree. As you guys see Lorianne struggling, backing up, no feet to kick beneath her.
Don't kill the kid.
She walks up slowly, and the screen goes black, and we'll vanish back to the story we're at now.
David said, "Save my tears." Here they come.
I will say I didn't know all that. I wrote a whole other thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
didn't see
I
that
also have a
though.
whole other thing.
Yeah, no, but no, I'm okay with it.
Because
I think for continuity, I think that as I escape and however I do, which can be evolved later, I found the bodies of the people who I tried to save, and I assume it's him. I assume he did it, considering he stabbed me in the back.
You assume.
Yep.
You were a useful pawn.
Do you say that?
No, I said that in the cave.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was gonna. Oh, good.
So yeah, we're currently at this standstill. What are you guys doing? Cricket, what are you doing? You haven't
Doing a
had an action
heckin'
in a minute.
confused over. I feel like me and the bear and E are all just like the three of like it just goes from like my confused face over to E's confused face to the bear's confused face.
It's like
We're all just there like,
huh?
like I think we're just kind of looking towards Ben at this moment.
Yeah.
And I think Ben, it's your action.
Right.
Perfect music.
It is.
You.
Good luck.
Listen,
No better game.
Sal. I've known Connor a way longer time than I've known you. He is a great ally and one of my closest friends. And I don't see anything that would look like corruption on him right now.
Do you not see this forest around you? It's playing tricks in
Yeah,
the night.
I see the forest and it doesn't freaking
It's
match him right now.
affecting everything in here. Sense it.
How do you...
Everything.
I look at Ben and I say, "You have a scar under your left arm from the Battle of Whispering Wood."
Well, I guess the ruse is up.
Hey,
then.
does he say that? You!
Well,
You did...
shucks.
I'll see y'all at the portal.
No, you won't!
And I go invisible.
I'm gonna attack him! I don't... No. I'm attacking you!
I go invisible.
Well, I'm attacking you now!
Let's get an attack at disadvantage as his
No,
body
no,
turns
no.
invisible.
Oh, you little... You man. None of those are... Well, hold on, though, because I get a lot of stuff.
Math.
Man.
Oh, you have bless.
I have blessed?
It's not gonna be enough.
No, it's not. Because that's 17.
Nope.
As
But you have my stupid necklace.
As you
Who gave him
swing-
that necklace?
Yeah.
I did.
Who could have
Yes,
done
you
this?
did.
as Ben swings back, you can see the grip on her fingers. I mean, the knuckles completely white with how hard she's gripping. You see her blade light up in a radiant energy that you have not seen her use yet. And it cuts across an empty space.
Goodbye, Miss Bauer.
No, does he say that?
As you guys hear this echo,
Wait, I have 2 attacks.
As you guys hear this echo, as Sir Sal vanishes from the
I have 2
battlefield.
attacks. Could I swing 2 times?
You can absolutely swing again.
Okay. Well, but I have 2 attacks.
Yeah,
In
get
my
it in.
one action.
Get it in.
So
get
he's
it
not
in.
there. He's still
Get it
there.
in.
He's
Of
still
where he
there.
was.
He's still there. Okay. Okay. Wait, no, because this actually might hit.
Yep.
Oh, it actually,
Disadvantage.
it's... Yeah.
Disadvantage?
Okay. Well, yeah, hold on.
That was for everyone. For everyone in the crowd, that was a
DM.
19 and an 11.
Hold on. We'll just hold on, though. It's an 18 plus... It's not going to hit either. You son of...
As the first attack misses, you hear his voice, and you swing again, and you miss again. And no footprints, no sounds lead towards the direction of Sir Sal.
I feel like in this moment, Cricket will be seeing a side of Ben that he's never witnessed, but Connor has. Because it's a whole lot more akin to the Ben that existed as the Lieutenant General in Brayling.
Me,
And
you just see a large bear and Cricket and E in their normal bin defensive position, but behind the bear this time.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, I two-hand my sword at you guys. I'd like to say I ready myself to fight you because I don't know who you are.
I think that Bin would just kind of slowly look up, and it's just a darker version, like with that kind of like corrupted look that you've seen in her before, like when she's done like a necrotic shot or something like that. Like it's not, there's something a little bit more bloodlusty about her, and she looks up and she says, "I need to know what actually happened in Brayling."
Your guess is as good as mine, but from what I gathered, I woke up in a pool of my own blood. Thankfully, I have healing hands. I healed myself, came to, I don't know how long it had been, but long enough for whenever I left the cave, the foot snatcher was nowhere to be seen. I was able to follow the tracks back to our people at the edge of the tree line and found vultures all over them, dead, for I don't know how long.
Lorianne,
Couldn't find her.
she wasn't with the bodies.
Couldn't find her.
Okay.
Shift the music.
Well, Cricket, this is Connor.
Hello.
Peeking out behind the bear.
Nice
Ben,
bear.
you know this? Yep. Mhm.
Connor fought under me for years in Brayling.
Okay, you go way back.
Way back.
Cricket Whittler from the Fae. Me and
Connor.
Ben, we're down.
Mm-hmm.
She good. Got a little thing going on there.
Yeah, I'm not
You
good.
know, no. You got.
I'm not good.
Yep.
I'm not good.
Okay, well, I'll just be back here with the bear.
I'm guessing you haven't seen her fight.
Oh yeah. She does these things. This one's a little more. So how far back do you go with years? Yeah. I kind of like put my back to Ben and get to you.
Where'd you meet this guy?
So you've seen her.
I met him when they opened the portal.
Yes.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
It's been going on for a while now.
Are you okay?
He's one of the people that I told you about that I've been fighting alongside to try and stop.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah. But you know, she like
You're the follower of Zarkle?
Zixie.
Yes.
Zixie. Yeah.
Zixie.
You know what? We're just gonna. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's been going on for a while.
How long have you guys been with Sal?
Yeah. What
Sal
was with
joined us
him?
a day or so ago.
I liked Sal.
Sorry, I hadn't gotten here sooner.
He's cool.
Don't apologize.
He like was down with Zixie. I thought.
Sal deceived all of us.
Well, I was a little spacey there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That you think that had something to do with it?
You being spacey?
Remember, like, things? Like, did I not pick up on something with Sal? Was it me?
This is my fault.
Cricket, it was not you.
Are you sure? Ooh.
Oh.
In the place of
Oh, wait, what?
Sir Sal's body, you guys find a book.
What? I'm gonna read your journal. Oh, I have it upside down. I'm illiterate. Salazar's log.
How convenient.
So you're a Fae.
We'll be doing a full...
I'm a fairy.
we'll be
I'm
doing
from
a-
the Fae. Cricket Whittler.
Do you know anything about the portals that have been going on?
There's a thing apparently. I'm kind of questioning everything right now because I got to tell you, Sally was kind of my boy. He said he was down with Zixie. You caught that whole Zixie thing too, Ben? She's reading right now.
Cricket, you are aware that people lie.
I know. And I'm not from these parts. I don't know how often people lie around here. I've known you less than I know
Does this
Sally.
say 1 AC or yak?
And
Truly, that's the one part I
I'm
can't
going
read and I feel really
to-
bad. But the rest of it is chilling. Okay, it's just one part I can't read, Ryan. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna go stand behind my bear now because
You
I
guys
don't know
know-
if I
hold on.
trust anything
Hold
at
on.
all
No, you
around
need to
here.
hear this.
Do I really need to, Ben?
Yes, no, you
Do
really-
I?
Yes, Cricket.
Fine.
So this is his log February 22nd, I've tracked down Bauer to Reddit.
Writes down what they've done.
I don't know, especially when it's betraying somebody, but he did journal about it.
He was kind of full of himself.
Well, I've tracked down Bauer to Reddick. Those children I met from Bellevue seemed sure of this being their destination. March 1st, meeting up with Ziggy's Chosen. They accepted me into their group. I traded Connor's shield for acceptance. It worked better than I expected. March 2nd, we entered the corrupting fog by the shores. I could tell the e-girl distrusts me. What's this about Ziggy's Chosen? If
Hell's
anybody
an
else wants to-
e-girl.
What is an e-girl?
As you see a red-headed a gnome up at the top with a lute in her hand. I'm an E. She plays a song.
Give us an E song, David. Go ahead.
A somber song.
Right.
If you're gonna play E, you have to sing.
Oh my gosh, we made a bear. I don't know how we got here. But all of a sudden you are there. And we have lost our Sal because he is nowhere.
Never really liked bards.
E's cool. It's
Yeah, she's
anyways.
cool. She's cool, man.
Yeah, she seems cool. She seems cool.
Ben, is this guy cool?
Connor?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, y'all go way back. You seem to have
Connor is one of my closest allies. Cricket, I would trust Connor with my life, and I do.
Sorry if I seem out of it. Blood's just boiling.
You're fine.
Do we know this is Connor? I pull out my shillelagh and I poke you with it a little bit.
Why? Stop.
Well, hold on. Stop that. No, Sal was lying. He was lying.
I'm not
We
afraid
have
to hit you.
Proof that he was lying. Plus, we've not seen the corruption corrupt a person up until this point.
Well, just to play a little devil's advocate, I could have put this here. Who knows?
He did not put that there.
I know.
Okay, hold. No.
I give you, I give you another poke or two with the thing, and then I get back behind Ben.
Ryan just sent something in the chat for me to read the second page, but I don't.
There's
see...
a second page.
Oh, it's one in. We were ambushed on the water. I killed as much as I could. Forest goddess Krista was behind the ambush. I will finish her later for her interference.
Krista.
Oh, Krista, she's cool. But I thought Sally was cool too.
Wait. Krista was behind the ambush that we fought off?
I don't know who Krista is.
She kind of
Krista
brought,
is
all of a sudden,
somebody that
as
we
soon as you
just
read that, I feel
met.
like
Oh,
claws out, bears
gosh.
out.
There were bodies littered from Brayling all the way to Bellevue. I talked to some, I think they're called little people in Bellevue.
Gnomes?
Children?
I don't think they weren't gnomes.
Is
They
there
looked
anybody
like
stirring
children,
around
but
the
they sounded
village
like
at
they've
this
been smoking
point,
for
or is
100
it
years.
still
You
all
see-
quiet?
Yes.
We're-
No, those are the children.
Best case scenario, you see people peeking out of their homes. Best case scenario. There is no one walking the streets of this gnomish village.
We need to take this inside either way.
Come on into Mary.
Let's go
The
into the
tent.
church.
I'm hesitant, but I go in.
All right. So, is there what happened to the priest I just gave the good berries to?
She after kind of divvying out you see her going house to house, and she skips some houses and she kind of attends specifically longer in some other ones, but she never returned to the church that evening. You imagine she may not live there, but come in the morning and then stay till evening.
Ben,
Yes.
having a lot of trust issues right now.
Okay. Well, you were just betrayed, so figures.
And now all of a sudden I'm doing a bit of a heckin' concern over this Krista person.
Yeah.
Who apparently sent that ambush after us.
I think we need.
Did you
to
see
get-
where I summoned those squids though, or the octopus? That
I
was
did.
cool, wasn't it?
It was cool. I think we.
I
need
named
to...
them Flotsam and Jetsam.
I
So
think
you
we
guys
need to
chartered
get
a
out of
boat
here.
with Sal?
Yes. I think that we need to get out of here.
But I thought we was gonna save these people in the mushrooms.
If it's anything that Krista's asking us to do, honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about it at this point.
Insight check on my interactions with Krista now.
You can do a history check on what you remember.
Perfect. That's a natural one.
Yeah. You don't remember seeing or or even remotely thinking she could be not working with you.
Now, one of the plant people said something about she sent us.
When I was looking at the mushrooms, they were strangely, like, completely gone. Like, no roots, no anything. And there was, like, some petals there, which seemed to be the same, I kind of got the same impression like they were, like, the feet of plants. And I remember we killed a bunch of plant people earlier.
I didn't run into any plant people.
Didn't run into any plant people?
No, I didn't see them.
All the way from Bellevue to here.
No.
I think that we need to get out of here. I don't think that this is a safe place to stay.
You're probably right.
And
Sal could still be watching us right now.
have something that I would really like to find. I'm gonna whip out the Bob watch.
What are you hoping you can find?
While they're doing that,
Sal.
I'm gonna
find Sal, and I'm gonna slit his throat.
I'm gonna pocket this book while they're
Understood. Please add to your inventory, which you can go to notes somewhere or click into one of those boxes and add Sal's journal.
Gotcha.
His diary.
As you look down at the watch, the ticking begins to tick, and you're waiting for it to stop in a specific direction. You watch it go from 5 seconds all the way around to touch another 5 seconds. As you stare at it and it not picking a direction, you see the same glowing that you saw before. And in your mind, you hear, "I'm sorry, but that will not be possible."
Who's that? Oh, for pity's sake. You can hear through this?
The man you're dealing with is connected
To
many gods and to many things.
making him
Do I hear this conversation, or
Hold
is
on.
Ben just sitting there like...
This is just in Ben's head.
but
She
see-
can share as much as she wants with you guys, but this is just in her head.
If
I
you give
look
me
at
a weird look,
I
I'll
lo-
be
I'm
like,
about
oh,
saying-
I'm talking to Bob.
I'm saying, I look at Cricket. I'm like, does this normally happen? I don't.
Hold on,
Oh,
no, I'm
Bob!
sorry. Bob is
Bob
doing,
is a
he's
total
up here right now.
prick,
He's
dude.
such
I heard her manically talk about Bob whenever she showed up.
She
in
said, I'm just
Grey Lane.
like, man, strong possibility Bob kept his family locked up in his basement and he killed them with javelins. He's terrible.
Sounds like a great guy.
Yeah.
You guys aren't great at making friends.
Yeah, did you ever see
Yeet?
we don't have, I was gonna say ye old cinema. We don't have, did you ever see the morality play? Saw? Because that's kind of what it was like.
Ye old
The
Saw.
Saw morality
so
play.
the classic theater thing about
Theater
whittling,
production
about
in
whittling
Breland.
a
Is
whole
that
tree.
what they called them? But medieval was the morality plays,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, where they had the carrot. Yeah,
You
Saw.
guys know Shake's knife?
No, it wasn't. We're not Shakespeare yet. That's Renaissance.
Shake's knife.
Oh, Shake's knife.
Bob continues. The individual Mulek. He is a very, very powerful individual.
Well, I'm not talking about Mulek. I'm talking about
I heard mention
Sal.
of Mulek and Bray Ling. Oh, I don't hear this.
I think if she mentioned Mulek out loud, you would have heard the name again.
Did you just say Mulek, Ben?
Yeah, well, he's saying that
Sal
Mulek
was working for Mulek?
I don't know. I'm not talking about Mulek. I'm talking about Sal.
Sal's terrible.
Sal is Mulek's right hand.
Like,
Sal is
literally?
Mulek's right hand. Now you can gasp.
I really like Sal. That is so disappointing.
Okay.
I've never
Okay.
seen
No,
Mulek,
this
but I've heard
place is
stories.
just kind of terrible. I'm gonna go find my portal and get out
And
of here.
you can't. This can't.
So, like-
Hold on. So now I can't track him with this.
You are unable to find him. And the watch ticks and then stops. From where you guys are, deep in the northwest side, the arrow kind of points southeast in the direction that you may or may not know of as Summerfield or the villages.
What's in Summerfield?
Neither of you know. E doesn't know either.
Well, hey, Bob.
Ooh, Edral knew.
Edral.
That's where Edral went after the Shores incident.
Anyways,
Really helpful right now.
Bob, it stopped though. Is this not where? That's not where Sal is then?
If I've done my calculations properly, I believe that that is the next area that Mulek and his men will
We were kind of
attack.
like at a party.
You will for sure see
I brought
Sal
a thing
there.
over. And then it's
You know what, Bob? You're winning me over a little bit, and I hate to say that, but
It was
I
cool.
appreciate that effort. Quick question though. Since
The
when are you
gathering
in
happens
charge of the
every year,
watch? Because
And the snake people
Bellevue?
attack.
I thought that this was
Yeah,
Edral's
yeah.
thing.
I was there. You been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Edral's
flaming
magic
tide thing
showed him
over.
where his family
And
was.
then like, and then the
That's
snake
the
people
thing
attacked.
he wanted
You want
most.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
It's
made
terrible.
some adjustments.
And we've kind of been on the run ever since.
and I
We've seen
believe
some,
that
some things.
you can
in our
find
time.
things that are
So
not
yeah, she's
hidden.
been doing the whole thing for a while now.
Gotcha.
She's always done that.
Really?
What are y'all on about?
Nothing.
Trying to make sure he can be trusted.
Thank you. He can.
Will you quit that?
He's just a little.
I'm not the one who showed up with the guy.
He's just a little bit.
Me and Ben go back. Who are you talking to? I be trusted.
Go further
He
back, so
comes
far
in
back
and
you
out
can't
a
even
little
see
bit.
it.
A likely story.
I just go. He's just a little bit. He's a little. He's a little quirky. He's fine.
Quirky.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it now?
Yeah. I mean, so we're trying to be. He's a good friend. Okay. This is pointing that way now.
Southeast?
Southeast, that's Summerfield. I wouldn't know that actually. E says that it's in Summerfield.
Sure.
She's
Somebody,
We gotta
somebody
get
would have
this-
potentially remembered
I'm
when
about
you
to say,
guys
I feel
came
like
out
I
of the
wouldn't know.
shores. When you guys came out of the shores, you guys did a bunch of investigation checks,
Okay.
and you knew Bellevue was to the right and the Summerfield was to the left.
Summerfield was a large village, a large town that we weren't supposed to go near. We got hit smaller villages from commissions of bringing.
I thought we were going back to Bellevue to hit the portal.
Well, I don't know now because Bob is saying that this is the next spot that Mulek and his men might be, according to Bob's.
Well, that's probably not the
Estimations.
way we should go then.
No.
No. Because remember how the portal to the Fae is still open? My
Yes.
home, Ben? You forgot about that already, did
No, I didn't
Didn't you
forget
forget
about
about that part?
Cricket, I really can't make it
No.
about that right now. I'm really upset.
Remember how we were supposed to like go check out my home, Ben? And
We
I'm
were gonna go
Are you
close
gonna
the
show us your
portal to
posters in your
home.
room, or what are we going?
That's so cool. It's my
I really wouldn't. I wouldn't test him on this right now. Well, Cricket, we're going to go close the portal, and we are close now. So I suggest that we go do that. But yeah, I think.
I imagine just in your
Gosh darn.
in your home, it's just all finger paintings of E.
Before
Before
he
he
met
met her, sure.
Absolutely.
Cricket, do you know anything about the Zigzag's Chosen business?
I mean, there's always like beacons that Zixie sends to light away, and I look over at E. I think she might be one of them.
As you look back at E, still up in the top of Mary Poppins, the glow behind her is undeniable.
Zixie lights the way, Ben.
Ooh. I'm gonna think about that for a little bit. But okay. So what does it mean to be a beacon of Zixie?
She's gonna do great things.
I don't trust the gods.
Okay. Well, yeah. We've had a
As
different
you-
experience
As
than
you
you.
say that, the tattoo on your back right shoulder kind of. My scar.
Like
Just
like
a
Harry
little-
Potter
yeah.
type thing.
Do I notice this?
Yes.
Your smile?
Yeah.
Did you
I think I
smile,
would
or
say
did
that
you like
to Connor.
grimace like
no,
when
I
that
didn't.
happened?
No, I didn't.
No, I'm your
The
smile.
smile. And the tattoo's
Like,
called
I'm asking you,
Emracil
your
Smile.
smile?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Better.
Your smile?
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Oh,
Yeah?
Felt like someone was branding me. with it.
Emerson's smile, and I think I'll show
Cool. As she
Cricket.
reveals the back of her back right shoulder or left shoulder.
And then I show you mine as well.
They both have. Please describe Emersil's smile. If
hope
you
you would
don't,
make
if you
something
don't, I
up.
have something.
Okay, because I was
please.
actually
But
hoping
if
you
you
would.
do know what you think it looks like, feel free. I'm happy with whatever you come up with.
It was always really abstract in my mind, so
Sure.
I never could like pinpoint what it would look like.
In my head, it looks something
If
like.
you'd have had a drawing already,
I
dog, I'd
did-
have lost my mind.
I was literally going to. I drew the shield. I was going to draw the symbol on the shield. And I was like brainstorming what it would look like.
Sure.
I've always pictured it as
Um,
being something very geometric.
Yep.
Oh, I see. I envisioned it like wavy and almost looking like, I don't know, something like a curved blade. Boop, 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 and then another one like this. Doo, doo, doo. But I don't know if it has any relevance. If you have something better, I don't know, something
Yeah.
like that looks like almost a bird flying. but
Sure.
it's just-
In my mind, Emersil's smile has always been what it looks like ooze, but instead of ooze dripping, ooze is rising.
Mm.
And it kind of starts in like an oval, or like a smile shape, but from each of the edges, you see these gooey marks kind of inching upwards, like it's almost absorbing your person. Almost, in my mind, that's what Emersil's smile kind
Yes.
of looks
This
like.
is a tattoo that they
This
both
is a
have?
tattoo.
Mhm. And I feel like I've always pictured it having this quality where it looks somehow like it's moving,
Yep.
even though it's not.
Yep.
But it has this sort of just.
You can kind of see these waves in each of these different marks.
All right.
It almost seems to be growing. No, we'll wait for that to happen in game. I think I'm gonna bring that up.
All right. Well, y'all, this is a breathing thing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Brayling thing.
It was supposedly our god.
It's an honor that you would receive for serving Emersil's army. Of course, Emersil isn't real.
Your Emersil smile shocks.
I forgot we were PG-13 on. Let's just.
What happened?
I forgot we were PG-13 on. How much Piss.
Yeah, sure, guys. Yeah, Emerson.
I'm
isn't
ready to
real.
head out.
Let's we'll just on that note, we'll go ahead and skedaddle on out of here. We're just gonna leave this village.
Sounds great. Awesome, guys. We're gonna go to a quick break.
Are the mics back? We're
All
back.
right.
Awesome.
Yay!
Sorry, I had to pee.
Ah, this is rough.
So look, I gotta find that priest because we're going for that friggin' helmet of Zixi, and that priest seemed to know where it was.
As you think about the priest, you see a hole in the ground start to form and a body kind of start to form out of it.
What?
As
Nah.
Krista is there in front, not covered in dirt at all, completely pristine, yellow gown, dark skin, kind of looking down.
Is this the village where the economy entirely insists on shrooms?
Yes.
Ah, okay, this makes sense.
Connor,
Just checking out.
this is Krista.
Understood. The person who.
Okay,
ambushed-
Krista, here's the deal. I done been betrayed once today. You seem down and a cool nature lady and everything, but I seen the plant people over there, and Sally done told us you might have been responsible for the plant people, so what's the deal, lady?
Oh, we're going for it. Okay.
First of all, I have no ill will towards you whatsoever.
Inside check.
Yes.
I got my bear, got my shillelagh.
Ah.
The bear was just having tea.
Oh, I
Oh yeah, the bear's hanging. He's around for
I
hour.
purposely designed Bend to have bad insight. It's an 8.
You don't sense anything.
I don't know.
My insight is also garbage.
Yep. Do apologize.
Really?
I have no ill will
Brainwashing.
towards you. I believe that you guys are the saviors for this town.
So I'd like to come out and just confront her about the attack on them.
The ambush.
The ambush.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, I was there. I was ready to attack. I had just gotten in. And if you weren't there, I would have been the person to rid the forest of those vegapygmies and those owl bears that have been corrupted by her.
By who?
By Zatugmoy.
The Tuckmoy. That's an
And how might you spell that? Forget about it.
Zuggtmoy.
And immediately I'm not going to write it.
Zuggtmoy.
Zuggtmoy.
Zuggtmoy?
Yep, Zuggtmoy.
Zug.
Zuggtmoy.
Zuggtmoy.
Oh gosh.
Well-
Zugtugmoy. Got it. Zuggy.
Why should I believe you, Krista? It's been a real trying day around here.
That name sounds made up.
Look around. Everywhere outside of this village that I call home is completely unusable. My power comes from, and you see this light start to shine around her and then dims. My power comes from this forest and the nature that surrounds it. I have been ever so weak since this plague has hit my home. And Zuggtmoy is a very, very powerful goddess. And I believe I've heard you say the name Zixi before. She is the antithesis of Zixi herself.
History
Cricket.
check. For
Yes,
the name
hell yeah, at advantage.
Zuggtmoy.
At advantage.
That's a 19. 19 it is.
Nice, man. She goes in, and I won't do this in Krista's character. I'll kind of give you the layout. She goes into describing how Zuggtmoy is called the Queen of Rot. She was in power. So before man and people owned these lands, Zuggtmoy and gods like that ruled specific areas. And Zuggtmoy was one of the first gods that was like, I need people to do stuff for me. So she started raising these veggie pygmies, these forest-type creatures who were mindless under her control. Whenever they passed on, either through death or through spending enough time in this form, they dissolved back into the earth to become another person eventually. Zuggtmoy grew strong enough that she needed a second level of kind of minions, and she started creating these myconids, and the myconids are mushroom type people. And this particular village or town was where she designed these myconids first. And she brought a large clutch of them north to the Vanguard Mountains, and that's where she made her major church. Inside this church is this fabled altar that contains the heart of Zuggtmoy. Yes?
Wonderful.
So like in Moana?
Sorta?
Okay.
Sorta?
Never seen it.
And
What?
Zixi
Movie night.
was the Fae. So
It's cute. It's very
it's
cute.
so good. Definitely
So
watch it.
good.
Oh,
It's
that
making
took my
favorite
daycare
Disney
by
movie now.
storm. I mean,
Zixi was
Moana hit us like a
the
brick wall.
Fae's version of Zuggtmoy. And instead of being complete bad, she was complete good. And she created these forest creatures, which you would come to know as your originators for your clan. And she raised you out of the ground and taught you to cultivate the ground and to cultivate the trees and how to use these things to benefit not just herself, but you guys as a people. And that is where the Fae began to populate. She also held up in a mountain called the Vanguard Mountain on the Fae side.
Feel like we don't call her Zuggtmoy where I come from, but I definitely know of this deity.
To be fair, Cricket, Sal didn't trust Krista.
I gotta bring up Sal. He hurt me.
Because it's important to what's going on. Cricket. And I think
He
Ben
hurt
would
your
kind of pull.
feelings?
I think Ben would pull Cricket into a brace and just be like, Cricket, sometimes bad things happen. And
I'm really not starting to like this place.
I know.
Thousands of Zuggtmoys in here.
Sometimes people do really bad stuff, but it's not your fault.
Like, the people that gave you that tattoo?
Yeah, like the people who gave me the tattoo.
It's a rite of passage.
But it's not your fault for trusting them.
Nothing against
Because
your
they
faith
lied to you.
Or
Just
another
says that
Z
you have a good
deity,
heart.
one of the great ones, I'm
Thanks,
sure. I've
Ben.
heard something about the Rock Queen from a scholar years ago. Is there something you'd like us to do with that? Because we kind of have our own things going on.
Well, in order for these people, and she turns back, and you guys can see the kind of lanterns lit now as the sun's coming out. This vast city, kind of, these people will die if they are not helped. And she begins to put her hand forward, and she grows a flower, and the flower rots. As you can see, my power is all but gone.
I understand. For me, I've kind of come to a point where, and I'm sure that you can echo a similar notion, Connor, knowing the truth about Brayling now, like you do, that I'm pretty fed up with seeing any innocent lives be lost. And so if I'm around, it's not going to happen.
I understand. So what are we doing, General?
Or save these mushroom people.
Well, I would.
That's offensive.
The
I would-
gnomes.
The
would-
Menotic? What word?
I believe the myconids were the
Myconids.
bad mushroom people.
Oh, no, those
correct.
are the bad ones.
Myconids and vegapygmies.
I'm going to get
And the
these names
Vegapygmy?
tossed
No
up.
worries, no worries. I got you. Vegapygmies and myconids.
Okay, those are the bad ones.
Those are words.
We're going to help the gnomes.
And she says that if I had the strength, I would start by climbing the mountain of Vanguard and heading as far north as you can to the White Cap portion. And there you will find her church. If her heart is still there, drive a blade through it.
Consider it done.
You want us to travel over one of the largest mountains in our region, to the north, stab a sword through the Rot God's heart.
How complicated could it be, Connor?
Once that's done, the rot in this town, the rot in this village, the rot in this portion of Ocalia will start to go away, which will make freeing the portal that much easier. I don't know if you've been down that way recently, but the beasts that I can see beyond that portal are not something to be trifled with.
Connor, your abilities, you're an incredible fighter and strategist. And your abilities have been used for evil means for too long. And this is an opportunity where you can prove that those same abilities can be used for something good.
I will fly up behind Ben's shoulder. Druidcraft. And I figure E's kind of peeking out around behind Ben.
And it's a whole lot lighter crew to follow than in Brayling.
They seem like idiots to me. But, sure. Fine. So Sal just gets to get away with this.
No,
Then what are we doing?
we're going to save these people, and we're going to stop the corruption that Sal is participating in. And eventually, he's going to get what's coming to him. I can guarantee that.
Fine. I'll go.
Well, first let's go back to sleep and get our long
The sun's
rest.
if I remember right, the sun's coming up.
Okay, forget about it.
Yeah.
At this point, I go, ow! I'm covered with stabs and cuts through my I have plate, not chainmail.
Okay.
Plate.
How many hit points?
I think it would be a good trust point for us and Krista to work out that she lets us do a long snoozle over here.
If you guys all confine yourselves inside the church while the town is awake, I doubt we will be attacked. I will put up the remaining bit of my power just to keep you guys safe for a long rest.
All right.
Stay for asleep forever.
All right then.
I believe her.
Yeah, I believe her.
So you guys enter into the church. You see her stand out front. She starts chanting some words, makes some hand gestures, and you see a black curtain kind of cover up the outside.
Like a literal black curtain, or just like a black veil?
Veil of sorts.
Gotcha. Imagine like a curtain rod showing up and then
It's
just being there.
strings.
not quite. But there is the perfect amount of darkness inside to sleep.
Gotcha.
The sounds from the outside are muffled as you guys can find a long rest here.
Yay!
All right, friends. Good night.
So does the long rest heal me all the way?
It does
Yes,
heal you
sir.
all the way.
Gotcha.
It heals you all the way, returns any of your skills that were gone, and things like that. While you guys sleep, this is not a dream of any sort. There's no way to interact with this of any sort. This is like a movie clip that you're watching.
While we're sleeping?
Not necessarily in dream mode. This is just for your characters on
For
the
exposition's
outside.
sake.
Oh.
Gotcha,
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Jump cut.
You see a young snake creature, not super young, in his 20s potentially, if you were to adjust it towards human age. And you see him kind of swivel over to a very large, super armored individual with a big beard. Sir Mulik, I'm wondering what our next steps are. Mulik looks down. We are currently waiting for that despicable half-breed Sal to return information. Well, I hate when you call him half-breed. It just doesn't seem like a very fair thing to say. Shut up! I can't stand you snakes. Sir, my father is a Yuan-Ti and my family. I will not have you speaking of them like that. And you see Mulik look down, make eye contact with Ralik. And you see Ralik begin to lose all tension in his body as Mulik says, "You don't care about Yuan-Ti. You don't care about your family. You will listen to me. You will obey. We wait for Sal's orders. We wait for Sal's orders."
That's Mulik saying that?
The
It's
Mulik
Ralik.
saying the spell, and Ralik body gets super less tense. So, what does this mean for our journey going forward? Well, once Sal returns with the information we need on Zixi, we will proceed with Plan B. That means us taking over the Summerfield and the villages, gaining the respect of those men and elves, and then taking Zixi down. Once she is gone, I believe we will have no one left to rid or to stop our control over Ocalia. Once our home base of Ocalia is set, the rest of the world is at our fingertips. And you hear Ralik, the young Yuan-Ti boy, begin to laugh. And his laugh gets heavier and heavier and begins to echo in the same voice as Mulik. And that's where we'll end today's session.
What?
Oh!
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Ocalian Knights.
Slightly shorter, but
Slightly short,
Slightly
just
short.
Just a hair shorter, just a hair shorter.
But we have
A lot
so
happened,
much
though.
production
Yeah.
scheduled. There is a lot that happened in this
Yeah.
short period
Yeah,
of
there
time.
sure
It
was
was
a whole lot.
packed.
There was sure a whole lot. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Check out tomorrow's beginning of a new adventure with the Ocalian Souls, DM'd by Ryan Mace himself.
and some new faces, some familiar faces.
Absolutely, very excited to introduce you guys to some of these other players who will be running that campaign as often as they can.
Wednesdays and Fridays alternating. I do
Wednesdays
believe.
and Fridays alternating.
You'll be able
And-
to see it on our Twitch schedule once we have it hashed out with all of those individuals.
Love it, man. Absolutely. So take a look at that for future content from Ocalian Knights. And as always, we really do appreciate you guys.
Like us on Facebook. That's where I'm going to be posting all the
Perfect.
schedule and everything.
Yep.
And Game Night Friday.
Game night on
Game Night
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, so check out Wednesday's stream of Ryan running Ocalian Souls, and Friday where we run a kind of Ocalian Knights game night, where we play some board games. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really do appreciate you, and have a great night.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.